everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 mod review. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I figured today we would go over some mods that coincide perfectly with Thanksgiving / Harvest Fest for your Sims 4 game. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first one is loading screens that are inspired by Thanksgiving. I am one that I like to keep my game like in the theme of the seasons. So if it's like summertime, I tend to have more summer theme loading screens. If it's like the fall time or autumn, they're the same thing. I tend to have more Thanksgiving or just fall style loading screens. It's a great way to just kind of have my own touch to the Sims 4 game and be able to have more than one loading screen, or even, you know, create a sim background for your game. So these are a few. Make sure to only pick one though, because, you know, if you have more than one, it's not going to work and it's just going to confuse the game. So pick one that you want and stick with that one. If not, you can always switch them out and have a little fun with whatever loading screens you want. But here is the first one. So I think they look lovely. I am in love. I love this one especially. Like, that one has my heart, and the fireplace I think is just perfect because it does tend to get a little chilly during Thanksgiving. And this one and this one, I love them all. Anyways, let's move on. Don't worry, I have some more autumn themed loading screens for you guys, so you guys have options, okay? So this one is a bit of like Thanksgiving and autumn style loading screens, but I honestly think these are so cute as well. I do love the cat loading screen. I think that one's quite cute. But again, like the last one, only pick one loading screen. All right, guys? Do not pick more than one. If you pick more than one, you're just doing yourself a disservice to your Sims 4 game because it's gonna actually implode. Anyways, this is where you download them. Again, pick one. I cannot stress that enough. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's mod review. Alright, I just got into the game and I'm already about to cry because I decided to be festive and bring in a Sims 4 family so we can do some family gameplay. And Jacob's already pissing me off today. He's cooked, he's tried to eat food, and we still have to make a grand meal, okay? And Jacob is definitely cooking this meal. But as a reminder, I do need to give him a level 10 cooking, and you'll see why. But the first mod is by Cassidy Sims, and it is home for Harvest Fest. Now, this mod goes into the actual Harvest Fest holiday. And the reason why I say that is because it is a tradition. Now, if I read the thing correctly, I think the interactions are during the fall, but there's also a tradition that goes with this mod as well. It's talk about Harvest Fest, okay? You have a little bit more interactions now that go actually with Harvest Fest. The Sims, don't worry, we have like interactions for Harvest Fest, but we don't have a lot of them. So even in this mod right here, it talks about, you know, sharing treasured memories, swapping hot cocoa recipes, and telling corny corn maze jokes, reminisce about last fall mock sweater season, or rave about the decorations. A perfect way to bring Sims closer together over holiday laughs and memories. We're going to go ahead and add that to our traditions. We already have the ones that we need. We're going to exit out of this now. We've got our Harvest Fest updated. The next thing that I'm going to go into is, if you guys already probably know this mod that, you know, I've covered this a bit, but it is a realistic cooking mod. The reason I bring it up is because they have more options when it comes to Thanksgiving style foods. Like even right here, you have the baked chicken with potatoes, baked ham with cranberries, bangers and mash, beef Wellington. You got a whole bunch of stuff that you can choose for your Sims 4 game to have more Thanksgiving style foods in your game. So obviously it also depends on the skill that you're at for your Sims 4 cooking skill, but you can also stick with, see, they even have turkey with fruit, but you can also stick with the grand meals that we have for Harvest Fest that the Sims give us, and this is what we have. So they do have like Thanksgiving style foods, but the other thing about the realistic cooking mod is you can go to like bake, and you can bake pies, you can bake different things for your Thanksgiving celebration in The Sims or your Harvest Fest. I typically call it Harvest Fest, but if I wanted to go into these pies, I can essentially pick one, and now make sure your baking skill is up there as well for some of these pies. But you can essentially make your Thanksgiving a lot more on theme when it comes to the food, because we know The Sims does not have a lot of food. I mean, it does and it doesn't. So I say we get Jacob back in the kitchen where he was, and we can go ahead and cook the turkey with fruit this should, you know, max this grand meal out. So, because it is a pretty big meal. So, now we've got the, what are you doing? Zachary, what are you making? You know what? I can't do this today. Okay, I really can't. I can't have you guys not doing what you're supposed to do. This is already hectic Harvest Fest. But anyways, going back to talking about Harvest Fest, we can go up to Joanne and you could rant about raking leaves. You can discuss fall traditions. It looks like the two sisters got into it. Sounds a lot like my relationship with my sister. No, I'm joking. She doesn't even watch my videos, so I could say anything and she wouldn't even know. Anyways, I will say this is gonna be, why are you enraged? You didn't even have to leaf rake, Zachary. You haven't done anything. I just got in here. Oh, this is funny. Her room's even fall themed. Did they finish? Did they finish? All right, look at this turkey, guys. Look at this turkey. Make sure to not buy Butterball turkeys this year. But anyways, this is our turkey. We're gonna go have Jacob, or me, I'm gonna move it over to our dining table. We can't even do that. Hold up. Okay, there we go. I put bb.move objects on and that seemed to do the trick as always. All right, if I click on the turkey, I can call to a grand meal. Now what I want to do is, because we have a toddler, I'm gonna have to put Beth here. Okay, so it's gonna be a little complicated for a second. No, Jacob! I'm about to beat you, Jacob. He grabbed the turkey. This is already so chaotic. Okay, can we please put Beth in the high chair? Just pick her up, place her, everyone's seating down. Seated. Everyone's sitting down. Call to a grand meal. Ring that bell. Just sit, everyone, sit. Everyone sit. You know what? Let's forget about the toddler. The toddler doesn't eat food. How do I get everyone to sit at a table?
Help me! Help me!
Like, that would be a great mod right there, just having everyone sit down. I feel like I'm talking to my dog right now. Just sit. I need to get a thumbnail, guys. What if I call to meal again? You think that would work? Call to grand meal. Just do it one more time, guys, so maybe we can get everyone, you know, seating together. They should really add that as a setting for The Sims. All right, that's fine. Okay, I might have gotten a thumbnail. If it is bad, you know why. If you've watched this video, you'll know why it's bad, because everyone's not sitting down. But next thing we can really focus on is talking about those, you know, interactions that we got with this mod. Not right now. Why would you suggest going on a date? We're having Thanksgiving. We're having a lovely Thanksgiving dinner or lunch. Praise the Harvest Fest cook is another option you can do. This is from The Sims. I'm wondering if we could find any more interests. You can discuss seasonal candles, ask for advice. So there's a lot more interactions, and I actually love this because it makes it more enjoyable for these holidays to actually have more interactions, make it more realistic to what you would talk about during Thanksgiving or Harvest Fest. And you just can play you have a little bit more storylines, so you can have a little bit more conversations. You know, it doesn't add much, but they do get like little buffs from it as well. Why are you frustrated? You know what, you can actually go clean up this plate since you didn't want to sit down for Harvest Fest. You can clean it up. So, anyways, it's pretty much all the mods that I have for you guys today, because there's not a lot of Thanksgiving Harvest Fest style mods for The Sims, okay? And this Talk About Harvest Fest mod is in early access. I forgot to mention it is in early access. It should be out, I think, in the next like 2 months. But it's fine because it's The Sims, and the great thing about the season pack is that you're gonna have Harvest Fest more than once an actual human year. Okay, The Sims, time flies in The Sims, all right? But I love those mods. I love realistic cooking. Again, they have great... Oh, wait, I'm clicking on a kid. I'm like, why isn't the cooking stuff popping up? They have great items for your Sims to cook and bake and just have a lot more options when it comes to food. They also have different, like, objects as well. Like, if you even go into build mode, if you've never played with realistic cooking mod, which if you've been on my channel for a fat minute, you probably know of this mod, but they have a bunch of different objects for you to use within, you know, the Sims 4 game for cooking. So, but yeah, I don't know if I want to play Harvest Fest with this many Sims. I honestly think that was my least chaotic, you know, Thanksgiving. No one set the kitchen on fire. Kids seem to be all happy. I think everyone's doing good. The only thing that was our downfall was sitting down, which I think there is a mod out there that will tell everyone to sit down, and I just forgot to download it, which is probably a great Thanksgiving edition. So if I can find it, I will link it in the description for you guys, because I think that is a mod everyone should have for the holidays. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's mod review. I certainly did. I will say that besides the realistic cooking mod, the Talk About Harvest mod, which I believe the correct name for the mod is Home for Harvest Fest, was my favorite just because The Sims lacks a lot of interactions depending on the season that you're in or even holiday that you're celebrating. So I really do hope that maybe she'll come out with like a Winterfest style, you know, mod for it, because honestly, I loved the detail of it. And even though it's just like an interaction, your Sims get a little buff to it, it's still like a great way to like play The Sims. It makes it a little bit more interesting. So like during holiday time, you can have a little bit more conversations, whether it's just like hitting the same thing over and over again. Again, those interactions will only pop up during the fall season and during Harvest Fest, I'm pretty sure, if I read it correctly. But anyways, let me know which mod was your favorite down below. Happy belated Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate it. And with that, I may or may not see you guys on Saturday if I do end up being able to go live. But if not, I will definitely see you all on Monday for another Sims 4 YouTube video.